got the man, Patrick Allison, here in Reno. We're both in Reno, Nevada. And he's going to talk to us today about how he blew it up with a medium sized team to now coming on a big sized team. So stay tuned. We'll get down to it with Patrick. Mr. Allison.
Hello, Miss Courtney.
I'm glad to have you today.
Glad
I've
to
been
be here.
talking to people all over the country about this thing called EXP, and it's really nice to have somebody here on home turf. I mean, you're just downstairs from me.
Just downstairs and a click away.
Gonna click away. That's right. And you've been so responsive and so helpful. That's one of the things that I really love about this organization. They talk about culture at a company, and the culture we have here is collaboration. And in fact, you've even extended that. We have a little mastermind going on with agents here in Reno who do some business, and it's brand agnostic, right? We're just spreading the spirit of collaboration around. So thanks for everything you're doing for us. So you have been with EXP for just coming on a year now.
Hmm.
And tell us a little bit about your journey. I know that you came over from a very well known, I want to call it boutique brokerage, but it's pretty big boutique brokerage. So why, tell us about your journey a little bit and then why you chose to make the move.
Yeah, like you said, boutique brokerage. I think we just bypassed them in the first quarter, which is pretty awesome. But they're a pretty substantial brokerage, and I felt at the time when I went there was the right place for my business, and it was. It did me well. They were great to me.
Mm-hmm.
But then I got approached by Jordan Ames, and he threw the numbers at me of what EXP offers and how they can help grow my business and make my team even bigger and make me more successful. And it was just, it was hard to ignore. EXP has been great so far, and the support they give you for being so big, but completely remote is, in my eyes, far none more than anybody else can offer out there.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a saying is that once you see it, you can't unsee it when you're talking about the numbers. So what was it, in particular that, here's the thing. This is my belief, Patrick. I mean, if you're making a choice about brokerages, the first question I'm going to be looking at is how is this going to help my business? How will this brokerage help my business grow? So walk us down that path with you a little bit.
Yeah, every brokerage out there or brokerages out there that are looking for the next generation is starting to swing towards teams.
Mm-hmm.
Teams has taken a big effect in the real estate industry, in my eyes.
Right.
It's adding support to a lot of new agents that usually wouldn't get it. Brokerages don't have the time or infrastructure to give the support. So team leads are great because it's a brokerage within a brokerage.
Mm-hmm.
And they gave me a discount for all my buyer's agents, which in my eyes, that's what I do. Is I recruit agents, I support agents, and I help them through escrows and obviously to make a dollar. And EXP is able to, because of the size of volumes that we did, offer a cap to all of our buyer's agents or our business partners, as we call them through ARE, that no one else can match. And for a new agent walking into the world, or even an experienced agent that has to give up a portion of their commission, every savings you can give them, especially when the brokerage supports that savings, is huge.
So you were looking at this through the eyes of what benefit is it going to bring to my team members, the agents
Correct.
that work with you?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So,
I mean, I'll create my own business and I'll do my own business and I'll pay my own caps. That's great. But my goal and my dream is to really be there for my business partners. And I was able to pass that savings down to them through what we have completed as a group. It's been awesome.
Are you still in production?
I just do my own personal business, referrals, everything else that our company generates goes to the business partners, which is nice.
That's great. Well, so your company generates, you have some other lead sources too.
Yeah.
I mean, your company meaning the Allison Group.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So before we get into that, so you came here because you were looking for the benefit to your business partners who are the members on your team, and your vision was to grow a bigger team.
Correct.
Am I saying that right? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So how has that gone over the last 11 months?
We've almost doubled in size. To be honest with you, we're on the growth path to double our size in the next 30 to 60 days from when we started a year ago. So right on track. And with the market shift the way it's been, a lot more and more agents out there need support from teams like ours to be beneficial and make an income.
So can you what can you point to about EXP that helped you to do that? I know we talked about, so a large team, your agents are going to have a much lower cap. So there's a good benefit. Were you able to get reduced caps with your boutique brokerage?
So our boutique brokerage reduced the cap in half, but their cap to begin with was over $22,000. So that can give you an idea of how much it was for our buyers agents. So on top of that, they were taking a 75-25 split off all of our business partners on top of their bigger caps that they did. Now with EXP, which is nice, is that they realize the industry is tough. They realize that a lot of us live commission to commission, and it's a commission-based industry, obviously. So we don't know when our next paycheck's coming. So we were able to qualify for a mega icon team, as EXP calls it, which gave the opportunity for all our business partners to be at a $4,000 cap, which is just unheard of. And then on top of that, they're at an 80-20 split. Until they hit that 4,000, so a little bit more money in their pocket, and it goes all the way down to the E&O insurance. You're not having to stroke a check for $600-700 at the beginning of the year like most brokerages have you do because they're fronting that check. EXP is so big and they're able to do it that they only take X amount of dollars out of every commission, which if you don't realize it's leaving, you don't even notice it because it's that small.
Yeah. So in the beginning of the year is when all those other big bills come due. So it's a real, after the holidays, it's a real financial hardship on a lot of people.
It is.
So what else? What else?
Well, the brokerages itself's great. One of the nails in the coffin for me for my decision to move over was the extra stuff they give us towards our quote unquote retirement. Rev share is one of them. What's nice now is that I'm able to recruit business partners, and EXP rewards me for that, not only through the discounted caps for all the business partners, but they give a little bit back to me as a team lead that I can redistribute back into my group through advertising and more lead generation. But on top of that, you're able to have the stock options, which is huge. I know we're all based off of, through our stock options, based off how well EXP does. But I think all of that gives an incentive for us to recruit agents, not even for our teams or, our partnerships, but just as solo agents. You're able to sit there and tell an agent that the benefit of coming to EXP is not just because they have lower caps or, they're worldwide or they got 85,000 plus agents or whatever it's at now. It's, they're helping build towards your future. We came to find out that, our rev shares is passed down or being able to pass down to our family as long as they have a real estate license within 12 months of us unfortunately leaving this lovely earth that we live on. But it's all those little incentives that they're throwing out there. I actually have a phone call scheduled with the health insurance company that EXP's partner up with to give us a discounted health insurance because that is a big expense. I know a lot of real estate agents out there that don't have health insurance because of the expense. And so they're able to provide stuff outside the box of boutique or even smaller corporate brokerages because of their size and volume.
So you said a couple of really interesting things in there. And one thing I want to remark about is that this isn't the first time I've heard it from someone who has a team, especially a mid-sized or larger team coming to EXP, that making the choice to move was based on the benefit it brings to your team players.
Correct.
And, I commend you for that. And I love to see people thinking that way because I think people who do with a team who choose to make the move do tend to think of, okay, this would be great for me, but what's the benefit that I can, leverage, right? The leverage I can bring to it to benefit my team members. So thanks for doing that. and I'm sure they're all happy too.
It made the conversation in the news a lot easier to break to them when I asked them all to leave with me. Of course, you have those ones that just didn't believe in it or didn't see the value.
Yeah,
But that was a small minority of them. A
yeah.
lot of them, when I told them, hey, your cap's almost reducing to 1/3 of what you're paying right now. I mean, that alone blew them away. But then, you start talking about the benefits of the additional work we put out there. We're always talking to people. We're always doing transactions. You're talking to other agents. Conversations always get brought up of how you're doing at your current brokerage, how you like it. Are you happy with where you're at? All that kind of stuff. And when you're able to get a benefit on top of just being able to talk proudly of where you work, that's huge.
And the other interesting thing I heard you say that I thought was brilliant, and I've talked to a few people and I haven't heard anybody say this before, is you're taking your rev share, and we can all talk offline about what that really is, but it's an amount of money that you get each month, and you're using that to reinvest into your business. So you got a domino thing going on here.
Yes, ma'am. It just every income helps in this industry. It's like I said, it's very transactional. So, I mean, if the transactions aren't there, it's nice to have those extra little perks of that income coming in through your brokerage. And then you're able to take those and reinvest it to hopefully get more agent recruitment out there, or it just provide for the team that you already got.
So if there's somebody out there thinking, I mean, like, I don't know, I think most everybody in the real estate game now has heard the word EXP or the letters EXP, but and you hear from so many different sources, and I don't know, but so if somebody out there was thinking, I don't know, should I drink the Kool-Aid? There are a bunch of was it's a pyramid scheme, or all that kind of stuff that people say they don't know what they're talking about. What advice would you give somebody?
I would say reach out to other agents or realtors that have made the switch they're in your same capacity. So if you have a team of 3 agents, 5 agents, find other team leads that are that size. If
Mm-hmm.
you're looking to grow or get bigger, or you are bigger, find team leads that are that size also. I think there's a lot of difference, because if I wasn't a mega icon team, the caps would be $8,000 for all my business partners. So I think talking to me, if you have a smaller team, maybe not the best for you, just in regards to our
Mm-hmm.
benefits are different and our incentives are different. But I think, when I went to Flex, I called out to, I think, over 15 Flex partners just to really get the nit and gritty of it, the pros and cons. And when I did EXP, is the same way. One of the bigger team leads here in town, I sat with him 2-3 times. Jordan, I sat with 2-3 times. I called some other big teams out there just to find out if it was working. Was the formula is correct? Were the word, the news out there wholeheartedly 100% correct, or was it just a pyramid scheme, like you said?
Yeah.
It helps to hear from other people, the people that are actually in it, that are doing it.
I think that's great advice. There's a lot of misinformation floating around, and rumors and that sort of thing. So yeah, that's the advice I would give someone to do your research. And I mean, you're on the mission to really grow your team. I'm kind of the smaller mid-sized team, and still in some personal production right now, and that's the way I choose it. So we've got just here on this call examples of 2 different perspectives that you could reach out to. And we also have a lot of solo agents that are here and just killing it with the spirit of collaboration we have.
One of the best things or the coolest things I think I've come across with EXP is not even about the dollars or the money. Is literally, I've had multiple conversations with different team leads across the United States. Every single one pretends like I'm their best friend. Be it true or not, it's just cool because you can literally be blunt with them. You can ask them questions. They don't push you off. They don't shine you on. They take the time to sit down and talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that's huge collaboration, and it just shows a culture. It really does.
Yeah.
And instead of only having 200 to 300 agents in a boutique brokerage, like the one I came from, which was great,
Mm-hmm.
they didn't have anyone else with my size. And so I was limited on the information I can get, and I was limited on the resources I had to work with. And now, I have teams that are quadruple my size, if not even bigger than that, I got to go down to the Mega Icon event down in LA. I got to meet the owner of EXP, or the creator of EXP, which was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a couple there that ran 350 agents underneath their team. And it was just cool to talk to them. How did you recruit them? What did you do differently? And some of the ideas I already knew, some of the ideas I didn't know. So it was really cool.
Yeah, who you surround yourself with matters. That's for darn tootin' sure. And if you can't surround yourself with people who are where you want to go, how are you going to get there?
Correct.
Well, thank you so much, Patrick, for taking some time out of your busy day. I really appreciate it. Anybody who's interested can reach out to either you or myself. You want to
Please.
share some contact information?
Yeah, you can call my cell directly, which is 775-772-7812. And the email is pretty easy. It's just pallison@allisonexp.com. If you need 10, 15, 20 an hour, just let me know. I'm more than happy to set up a Zoom call or take a phone call.
Yeah.
It's what we do. And Kathy, it's always a pleasure to help out your cause because you are definitely making things happen.
You're the best. I'll give you the $20 for saying that a little bit later. Thanks, Patrick. Go out there and make it a great day.
Yes, ma'am. You too. Have a great week.
All right, you too.